So you're looking for a super wide monitor on a tighter budget. Then you stumbled across the Fire Legend Acer AOpen 43XV1C P, also known as the Acer Nitro XV431C in other countries. This is a 43.8-inch 32:9 monitor with a resolution of 3840 by 1080, and it can also go up to 120Hz refresh rate. And after spending about 2 weeks with this monitor, we are here to share with you our experience using this monitor. In one of our previous videos where we randomly unboxed 3 monitors, one of the monitors that we unboxed was this one. As a quick recap, the 43XV1C comes with an all-white design except for the bezels of the screen, and even the cables included in the box, which I have it here, is also in white color, which is very rare actually. And when we unboxed it, we stated that there's another piece of spacer inside the box as well, which is supposed for VESA mounts. And I was right, that VESA mount is actually to convert this recessed 100 by 100mm mounting holes into a more standard 75 by 75mm VESA mount. And since we are not VESA mounting this monitor, we just left that adapter in the box and we used the included stand instead. The installation is easy and it's completely toolless, which is something that I truly appreciate. This monitor's included stand is also really flexible as it has height adjustment and also pivot angle adjustments too. And we should also take a look at the ports here. So one thing I really like about the ports placement though is that either Acer or AOpen made the ports perpendicular to the monitor at the back instead of parallel, which means you can plug it in easier in terms of the cables, but they do protrude out into the wall. Cable management is a little bit tricky, but it's for easy plug and play. Anyway, for the inputs, we have one HDMI 1.4, one more HDMI 2.0, and one more DisplayPort 1.2. Probably this setup is for consoles on the HDMI 1.4, and then your desktop or laptop either on HDMI or DisplayPort. We don't need any cutting-edge HDMI 2.1 or DisplayPort 1.4 here, since this monitor has a resolution of 3840 by 1080, or as Acer calls it, DFHD. Not definitely Full HD, but dual Full HD, as in two 1080p monitors side by side, combined into a single display, resulting in the aspect ratio of 32:9, with the diagonal measurement of 43.8 inches. If we splice it in half though, it's technically two 23.8-inch monitors, which is 24. And this monitor can also go up to a maximum refresh rate of 120Hz with support for AMD FreeSync Premium to eliminate screen tearing, which is something that's very important for a monitor like this, and it is also entirely flat. Now, I'm also personally using the Acer Nitro XV431C KP at home, a 34-inch monitor with 21:9 aspect ratio instead. And that monitor is also flat, but I have said in one of our previous videos that to look at those 4 far corners, I have to slightly move my body, and I wish that 34-inch monitor was slightly curved, maybe with a curvature of 2500R, that would be good. But when it comes to a supremely wide monitor like this, I think it needs to be curved. Currently, looking at the 4 corners is just extremely difficult. That aside though, we did our color accuracy test on this monitor too, and since it is so wide, we decided to split our color accuracy test into a total of 3 segments, and the color gamut coverages are very good and consistent across all 3 sections, but the maximum average brightness does have some slight deviation. I don't expect it to be consistent throughout the entire screen since this screen is so wide anyway. The monitor looks really good and we technically don't have any complaints after all in terms of its technicalities. Even the OSD menu is rather decent and it does what it needs to do. And we should also highlight that there's another option in the OSD menu to configure the RGB strips at the back of this monitor. It's literally RGB as in either red, green or blue, so yeah. But how is it like to actually use this monitor? Well, Mr. John here used this monitor most of the time, and he also said that this monitor needs a bit more vertical height since it's currently a bit stretched horizontally. However, he's also tried something random, and that is to pull the monitor closer to him and use it for racing simulators, which is why we have this. And by changing some settings in the game, it really makes us feel like we are sitting on the driver's seat. And it feels much better than a curved super wide monitor too, in that sense. But if you are not playing racing simulator games, then the overall gaming experience is more or less the same as what we have said in our previous video, so check it out at the top right corner there, which is something that I highly recommend you to do before making your purchase of such a wide monitor here. As a quick recap, you cannot just buy this monitor, download your favorite game and expect it to work flawlessly. There are a lot of inherent issues when it comes to a monitor that is wider than 16:9, and yeah, like the fisheye effect at the corners and whatnot, those are all gonna be happening on this monitor too. And then comes the price. At 2,499 ringgit, I think that this monitor is a rather interesting one. There are no other 32:9 monitors with this resolution of 3840 by 1080 on the market. But looking at the price though, we can get two monitors of the same or higher specs than the 43 XV431C, but still cheaper. But the main selling point of this monitor though is its super wide bezel-free experience, and I just wish that it's slightly curved. That would be a perfect monitor for this kind of price segment. So that's it, that's all we have to share with you about the Fire Legend or Acer Nitro. I don't know, it's the XV431C or the 43 XV431C. Whatever the name goes, they both mean the same monitor, just different name in different countries. Yeah. So if you have any questions about this monitor, do leave them down in the comment section below. And I'm gonna go back to being a